Just want to give some people just a little bit to come in. I hope you all are doing well today. I'm going to be talking about children and their sensitivity to evil or negative spirits and nature, and its reaction and sensitivity to evil spirits. Yes, so today was a pretty easygoing day so far for me. I took Shalom to the babysitter because I had a meeting, and I attended that meeting. I just got back a little bit ago, and this was on my mind to talk about last night, but of course it was a little too late to hop on here on a live, of course, because I want to do my lives around noon time. So this is Notions at Noon. Welcome to Notions at Noon. That's what I'm going to be calling this segment for my noonday talk. But to get to the topic of this, nature is very spiritually sensitive. Nature is sensitive to itself. It knows when something is coming. The animals, they flock in a certain direction wherever it's favorable for different seasons of the year. The animals flock in and out of certain situations if they feel a sense of danger, or they sense of a feeling of comfort or discomfort. A lot of people don't like cats, but people don't realize that cats have a almost a fourth eye, I should say, because they are extremely sensitive to changes in cats were actually or in the underworld, I should say, and that was for a reason, because they're very sensitive and keen to the spirits and whatnot around them, and not just cats, dogs, whatever animal you can think of. It's because they're out in nature all the time and they deal with these things, and they don't have the limits and the caps on them that have been put on human beings. So Story Hub, hello, how are you? Welcome. Today I am talking about spiritual sensitivity in nature and in children. But the main thing that I want to talk about, hi Everyday Ren, the main thing I want to talk about is the sensitivity of children when it comes to evil spirits. Sometimes, unfortunately, if you have children, to those who have children, let me know if you do this or not. If someone comes to greet a child and that child isn't feeling that person, do you feel it's okay to force that child to give them a hug or embrace them or greet them? If you think it's okay, tell me why. If you don't think it's okay, let me know. Growing up, or in the old school, if a child didn't greet someone, it was viewed as being rude or disrespectful. But as I grow spiritually, I'm seeing, and I know now, that children are very sensitive to changes in spirits, and they have that fourth eye that I was talking about, like with cats. They're innocent. They see things that we don't and we can't, and they haven't been conditioned yet to kind of block out those spiritual sensitivities. So for me right now, I feel it's very important, and we should be very keen on listening to our children, because these children know a whole lot more. These children are different from us. These children are different from any other children in the past. They are even more spiritually inclined and in tuned, believe it or not, because this whole planet is in a spiritual shift, believe it or not. It's just something going on that I've never felt before, and I have been feeling that for the past few years. But we should not force these children to embrace people that they don't want to embrace, to hug people, to speak to people, to take things from people that they don't want to take it from. Touch is a very sensitive and serious sense. It is one of our most serious senses, because energy transfers, spirits transfer. And if these children don't want to embrace someone, it is for a reason. Their spirit is telling them that something is wrong. And for all you know, that person may have already done something to this child. So we have to listen to these children. We have to pick up on their personalities and their characteristics. Like, are they doing something different? Do we feel a certain way about that person as well? Because sometimes as adults, we just do things just to be nice, but deep down, we know we really don't like that person either. So we shouldn't be forcing these people to touch, embrace, and take things from these people that their little souls are just not feeling. Okay. And so that's something that's just been on my mind. And we need to start getting more in tune with that and listening to these children, observing these children, because just like the animals, these children have sensitivities that we just don't have anymore as adults. When my son was a child, and he's still a very sensitive and spiritually in tuned child, he would see spirits. He could see demonic spirits, and he didn't have any other way to explain it, but he would say he saw ninjas. Okay. And I'm not talking about the slang for black people. We call them ninjas. I'm talking about real ninjas. Like, he would see these black figures or entities dressed in all black. Maybe their face were covered. Maybe sometimes they weren't, but he would see these entities and these things. And I would never talk down to my child. I would always listen to him, because I know that he is a spiritually sensitive child. And I just, at that point with the house that we were actually living in, I always thought, you know what? This house is probably built over something that we have no idea, because unfortunately, a lot of these countries and places, and especially here, they have a tendency to build over things, and they don't really care. It's all about the bottom line. But he would see things in that particular neighborhood, not just over our house, over other people's houses as well. And he would say that he saw ninjas. Okay. So listen to the children. Let's get more spiritually in tune, inclined, and don't force them to do things and to touch people, to hug people that they don't want to hug. Because sometimes you might be thinking, oh, what's going on with my child? What's going on in my house? It just feels like something is not right. It's because you probably invited someone in, or a spirit in, that you don't know about. Maybe you touched someone, even in shaking hands, you touched someone and you brought that spirit in. Your child in daycare being out and about during the day, or your husband out at work during the day, came into contact with something that they brought home. And we've been very careful lately to speak over our home, especially our baby's room, and to speak over him when he leaves and before he goes to bed at night. And we are all spiritually sensitive people in this house, but children are even more spiritually sensitive than we are as adults. So I'm just going to go back. I'm just going to scroll back. So be patient with me and see exactly what everybody is saying. Good. That's good to hear. You're doing all right, Story Hub. Yes, you shouldn't force people. They might not trust you like that, or there you go. I don't know if it has anything to do with the fact that I'm a Scorpio, but it takes me a very long time to weed people out. And the other thing about me and about Scorpios is that once you make a friend, I keep my friends forever. The same friends I've had like since elementary school, they're still there. People that I've met at work that I'm actually friends with, which is only 2 people, me and those 2 people still have a very strong bond. So once a friendship or relationship has broken down for me, it's pretty much always going to be that. There's really no turning back, because I give you enough time, to sever that relationship yourself. So once you've done that, I've known that I've given you all the chances I can give you, and that relationship is pretty much over. On the other hand, once I make a friend, you're a friend for life, because it takes me so long to vet people. I'm always looking at your behavior and your actions. Words mean very, very little to me, but actions, That's what I'm looking at. I'm looking at your behavior, how you treat people, how I feel when I come in your presence, how I feel when you come into my presence. That's what I'm looking at. Yes, exactly. Thank you, Everyday Ren. I appreciate that compliment. Is he okay now? Um, yeah. Yeah. If you're talking about my older son, yes, he's okay now. Of course. Love you too, to Cam. All praises, peace and glory be to the Most High. How are you doing? Where are you from, to Cam? That's a unique name, so I want to know where you're from. I'm just going to wait a little bit more. But that was all I really wanted to talk about today on this Notions at Noon segment here. Just want to talk about spiritual sensitivity in the children, and also to urge you all to listen to nature. If you see animals going a certain direction, it's because they know what's coming. They can sense the storm is coming or some issues about to hit the fan. Listen to the animals, just like in that movie, what is it called? Leave the World Behind. The animals that just kept standing there and looking around is because they know. And a lot of times we can sense things coming too. It's just that we choose to ignore it, and we're so caught up in this hustle and bustle and this capitalism and this everyday grind that sometimes we don't even feel we have time to stop. Just stop and see and feel what's going on around us. So I don't see any more questions or comments. So I'm going to go ahead and wrap this up. To Cam, hi from India. You're from India. You know what? There are quite a few people on here from India. So you guys are definitely showing me a lot of love. I appreciate that. Welcome. If you haven't subscribed, please subscribe. And hopefully some of my videos will relate to whatever it is you have going on. A lot of my videos are about business and how to conduct business here in the United States. However, I do talk about spirituality a lot, about family, about food and cooking culture. It's just all over the place. So it's something in here for everybody. But you all be blessed, and hopefully I will see you tomorrow for the Notions at Noon segment. If you have any topics that you want me to talk about, just drop them in this video as a comment once I get off here, and we'll try to attack those comments and those requests. So you all be blessed.